Hello and welcome into another edition of my pickup series. And yeah, let's get stuck in. First album I'm going to show is MC Breed with 20 Below. This came out in 1992. This is his second album. I know some people could technically correct me and say, well, technically this is his first album because, the other album is MC Breed and the DFC. It's technically a collab, but let's be honest, that was his album because the DFC didn't do jack on it. But yeah, this is his second album. Came out between his, the self-titled one and the New Breed, which are like the two other albums of his that I own. I think this is a pretty good album. I don't really hear much about his other albums. He put out a lot of albums back in the 90s, you know what I mean? A pretty impressive rate, so he pretty much one every year. And yeah, I thought this album was good. My favourite song is the first one, I Ain't to Be Fucked With, or the clean version is I Ain't to Be Flex With. That's one of the singles on the album. I really like the title track as well, 20 Below. It's pretty dark and I don't know. I just like the style of that song. It's pretty good. A pretty good album overall. I enjoy MC Breed. Not like the most technical MC in the world, but I like his voice and he's got a good ear for production and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a good album. If you can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend it. That's 20 Below came out in 1992. Now we're moving to the West Coast with Ahmad. This is his first album, self-titled album, came out in 1984. He's West Coast MC, but he's not like on the gangster tip or anything like that. He's much more like innocent, like talking about normal everyday things. A lot of people compare him to like the Far Side and stuff like that. I thought this was a very good album. This is one of those albums that a lot of people don't really talk about or know about, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very good. Again, I thought the production was very good throughout. Uses like a lot of funk samples and stuff like that, and I thought Ahmad himself was very entertaining to listen to. And yeah, I just thought it was a very good album for what it was. I really enjoyed it. The most well-known song from this one is the song "Back in the Day," which is probably the best song on the album as well. But there's plenty of other good ones on here. I really like the song "Homeboys First." That's another good one to check out. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Shouldn't be too expensive. It's probably out of print and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be too expensive online. So yeah, that's definitely one I recommend as well. Ahmad with his self-titled album came out in '94. Next up, we've got the Comrades with their second album. This came out in 2000. It's called Wake Up and Ball. Um, yeah, the Comrades. Again, no one ever really talks about them. I showed off their first album towards the start of the year, which was also that was a self-titled album. It came out in '97. This came out 3 years afterwards, and their first album came out in some like no-name label, like just some whatever label. But this year, they hooked up with Mac 10. This came out in Who Banging Records, and I thought it was a pretty good album. It's actually like a lot of West Coast albums in like the 2000s are kind of not that impressive, but I thought this one was pretty good. Good beats, you got like Meech Wells on here and Ant Banks and Binky Mac from All From the Eye and stuff like that doing production. And these guys hold their own on the mic as well, and some of the guest features on here. I think Snoop Dogg's on here, MC8's on here, and Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony's on here. And it's not too long of an album. It's an easy listen, and it's just quality gangster shit all the way through, basically. And yeah, my favorite song on here is probably the last one, "Copped and Dropped." It's very good, but yeah, enjoyed it overall. It's again one of those albums no one ever seems to know about or care about, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The Comrades with "Wake Up and Ball" came out in 2000. Now we're on to another Who banging release. This is CJ Mack's second album, Platinum Games, came out in 1999. His first album is True Game, which came out in 1995. That came out on Rap A Lot Records, but It was actually labeled Mad CJ Mac because it was sort of done in collaboration with a producer called Mad, and I believe he had an EP that came out in '92 as well. But yeah, this is his second album released on Who Banging. I thought this was pretty damn good actually. I thought this album was pretty good as well. Some songs that I'm not like super keen on, but overall I thought there was some really good stuff on it. Songs like King of LA is really good. I really like the song Big Pimpin' at the end. That's probably my favorite track. Not to be confused with the Jay-Z Big Pimpin' that came out that year as well. Yeah, Hate as well. Both King of LA and Hate were on the Thicker Than Water soundtrack, which is a decent soundtrack. It's just too long, you know. No one needs two discs of that. Just like a sort of decent compilation. But yeah, that was too long. But it's not bad. And yeah, I thought it was a good album. Overall, he's more aggressive on this album compared to what he was like on True Game. And yeah, pretty good beats and stuff like that on here as well. DJ Crazy Tunes does one of the tracks on here. Rest in peace to him. And yeah, it was a good album. I recommend it if you can get it. It's out of print and usually goes for a decent amount of money, but I got it for a good price, so that's why I picked it up. So yeah, CJ Mac with Platinum Games came out in 1999. Next up, hold on here, these are sliding about underneath. Right, yeah, next album I'm going to show off is back to E40. I've got more E40 to show. This is Revenue Retrieving Day Shift. This came out in 2010. This is when he started putting out double albums and triple albums like if it was nothing. I thought this album was surprisingly good. I really was pretty surprised. Like I heard this album about a year ago, but I don't think I listened to it correctly, or I don't know. I don't think I listened to the whole thing. This album gets better as it goes on. It's very long, like the way most of his albums are, but I think the second half is really good, and the first half's pretty decent too. My favorite song on here is "Every Day Is a Weekend." It's an absolute banger. I thought the production on this is like a good merging of like his hyphy stuff that he had been doing on like My Ghetto Report Card and the Ball Street Journal, but like he combined it with like his older mob stuff as well, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good album, and yeah, it's safe to say that I'm kind of all in on his discography at this point, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, and yeah, nothing else to say. Revenue Retrieving Day Shift came out in 2010. And of course, I did pick up the Night Shift as well. This one's not as good. It's a bit longer, and as you can sort of imagine with the Night Shift thing, this is more like banging club music, which is not really my favorite kind of stuff from him. I like his more sort of gangster stuff, but it was still not bad. I like Over the Stove. I like Can't Stop the Boss, which features Too Short, Snoop Dogg, and Jazzy Faye. I quite like that song. And there's a couple of other good ones on here. Knocking Them Down music, I think I enjoyed that one. But it was really long, and because it's like the thing about I liked about the Day Shift is that I had quite a lot of variety in the beats and stuff like that. Even if it was a song which you didn't really like that much, you might like the next one because it kept on changing. This here is more consistent, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I just felt that sort of drags on a little bit. It's like a 75-minute album, but still, not bad though. Glad I have it. It's E40 Revenue Retrieving the Night Shift. And yeah, next up we got an album that I'm really happy to have. It is Devin the Dude with, well, it's technically Devin the Dude, you know what I mean, the album. This came out in 98. This came out in Rap-A-Lot Records. Devin the Dude at this point, up to this point, he was known for being a part of the Odd Squad, and he was also in the Face Mob as well, and he was like featured here and there on different songs, like Scarface's Hand of the Dead Body. He did the hook for that and stuff like that. So yeah, this album is very smooth, very kind of like that kind of pimps kind of stuff. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good album, and my only problem with it is kind of similar to what I talked about with the Night Shift. Like, this album is pretty similar all the way through, and it's very long. It's 72 minutes, and that's my only real problem with it. You know what I mean? It's a lot to listen to, but I thought it was a very good album. I really liked the song "Sticky Green" with Scarface, and "See What I Could Pull." Yeah, plenty of good stuff on here. It's really consistent all the way through. Like very smooth, kind of funky beats, and Devin the Dude, super laid back, and but he's entertaining. He's got a couple of KD features on here, which I think is pretty cool. KD being long time associate of Ice Cube during the '90s and stuff like that. He put out the album Ask Gas or Cash in '94, and it's cool that he got KD on here because I think they're both very similar artists. You know what I mean? They both kind of did the same sort of music, so I thought that was cool. But yeah, really happy to have this version. This is like the original pressing. The This is actually one of the Rap a Lot albums that they did reissue, but when they reissued it, they did this like horrible cover, like it's like orange and like grey. It's really crap looking. So I'm glad that I managed to get this one for a good price. But yeah, Devin the Dude came out in 1998. And on to another Rap a Lot Records one. This is one that I'm really happy to get paid up for a little bit, but it usually goes for a lot more from what it usually goes for a lot more, so I'm happy to get it. It is DMG's first album, Rigor Mortis. This came out in 1993. He's very similar to Scarface, if you like Scarface, especially around that time. This is when Scarface put out The World Is Yours, and very similar, pretty similar albums. I actually probably slightly prefer this album because I think it's a bit more. I think it's shorter. I think it's just a leaner album, and yeah, I just thought it was really dope. But you got really great production on here. That sort of classic Rap a Lot sound, and yeah, it's just a very good album. I definitely recommend it. One of my favorite songs on here is "Prison Riot," a very good song, and I really like the posse cut at the end. They have a big Rap a Lot posse cut at the end called "Buck 'Em Down." I really like the different Rap a Lot posse cuts that they did back in the day. So yeah, very good. Very happy to have this album. It's DMG with Rigor Mortis, came out in '93. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is I spent too much money on this, but it's a limited edition item, and I had to get it. It is the Natas box set. This came out a little over a month ago now, and basically what it is, it contains all of the Natas studio albums in one collection. Let's see if I can open it up here. Very excellent packaging here. So yeah, there's a good chunk of the albums here. You get everything from Life After Death, Blasphemy, Do You Believe in God, which is my favorite one, Multi-Killionaire, Wicked Worldwide, Godlike, End of the World. You also get the Vatican mixtape, which has never been issued before. It used to be an online only mixtape, and that came out for the first time on disc, and that's pretty much new to me. I've never really listened to that before. It's not bad. It's okay. Yeah, it's decent enough. You know what I mean? It's not, it obviously doesn't compare to their classic albums. I would say, in the '90s, but it was okay. I wish TNT was on it more, and that's the same of their newest album, Fuck Everybody, which I never owned before. I sort of missed the opportunity to get that. I heard some of it online before, and I wasn't really too impressed with it. Now that I've heard the full album, I think it's decent. It's not terrible. It's how would I put it? It's not bad. You know what I mean? I think Esham and Mastermind put in a decent amount of effort, and the production's solid. You know what I mean? It's not bad. But again, I wish TNT was on it more. And again, it doesn't really compare to their older stuff. And underneath there on the right is the DVD, which basically is like it's kind of like a documentary style thing. It's not like super in depth. It's more just a bunch of archive footage and stuff like that. You get to see live footage of Natas performing during a bunch of different times. As different tours on in their career, and a lot of that stuff, like a lot of the footage, is really rare. I've never seen it before. Some of it's on YouTube, most of it is not. So that was really cool. You get some narration from Esham and Mastermind on here, and it's really, really cool. So if you're a big fan like me, it was definitely worth checking out that DVD. And yeah, so that's about it. yeah, it's a lot of money, but I really like these guys, and Isham, the mastermind, put a lot of work in as far as putting this compilation together, this box set together. Um, it's a great item to have, and yeah, it's really, really great. So yeah, glad to have that. And I just love the fit and finish of this. Like, it's very well made box set. You know what I mean? They didn't cheap out on it at all, which is great. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it wasn't super exciting, but I mean, I like that. I'm really happy to have some of that stuff anyway. At least for me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.